Hello, my fourth grade friends. This is Mrs. Smith here, and today we are doing the first part of Unit 5, Lesson 3. It's kind of a couple different concepts. So first we're going to talk about the basic units of time. We're going to put some information on a line plot, which should be review, and then in the next video we'll go over elapsed time, which is like time that has passed. So in this unit, we've been talking a lot about different units of measurement, right? There's the metric system that we've been talking about, and that's in comparison to what, is used in America, the customary or imperial system. Fortunately, both, we're still going to use regular units of time. So we're going to fill out this chart together and then use it to convert into different units. So 1 minute has how many seconds? 60, right? 1 hour has how many minutes? 60 as well. 1 day has how many hours? 24. And one thing that's a little different, here in America we use 12 to 12 o'clock, and we use AM and PM. In some places in the world, and a lot of places, they'll just say it's 13 o'clock or 15 o'clock. Like in Germany, they'll say 17 Uhr, it's 17 o'clock, which for us, you would take 17, subtract 12, and you have 5, so it's for us 5 p.m. But that way you don't have to deal with the whole AM, PM thing. Anyways, in 1 week, there are 7 days. In 1 year, there are 365 days. In 1 year, there are 52 weeks. In 1 year, there are 12 months. And in a leap year, do you know this one? A leap year is the year that there's 29 days in February instead of 28, which means rather than 365, we add 1 extra day, 366. And we do that because I think officially, the amount of time it takes for the Earth to get around the sun is 365 days and a little bit. So we keep the system on track by having the extra day on the calendar, Okay, so now that this is complete, we can use these amounts to start making some conversions. So this is similar to the input-output table. To do the rule for this table, you multiply the number of days by 24 to figure out the number of hours. So in 1 day, there are 24 hours. In 2 days, we can go ahead and do that. 2 times 20 is 40, and 2 times 4 is 8, so 48. Three times 24 for 3 days. How many hours in 3 days? 60 plus 12, 72. And then to figure out how many, let's start a fresh table. In 4, can you do this one on your own? 20 plus 4. 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 4 is 16. So 96. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about converting hours to minutes. In 1 hour, there are 60 minutes, right? So in 3 hours, what's 3 times 60? Well, 3 times 6 is 18. So 3 times 6 tens is 180. So in 3 hours, there are 180 minutes. In 5 times 65 hours, so 5 times 6 is 30, right? So 5 times 6 tens is 30 tens, or 300. Now, what about 7 hours into minutes? 7 times 60. 7 times 6 is 42. So 7 times 6 tens is 42 tens, 420. Okay. All right, next one, years to months. So in 3 years, they skipped the 1 on this one, but that's okay. We can figure it out. Because in 1 year, there's 12 months, right? So 2 years is 24, 3 years is 36. In 6 years, 6 times, let's do that. So 6 times 12, 10 plus 2. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 2 is 12, so 72. In 9 years, 10 plus 2. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 2 is 18, so 108. And then in 12 years, ooh, almost used my pen on there. 12. Whoopsie. So 12 times 10 is 120. 12 times 2 is 24. Add them up and you get 144. Okay. This next one, you might look at it and go, oh my gosh, what's going on? Well, you're converting from hours to seconds. So what you're doing is first converting it to minutes by multiplying by 60, and then multiplying again by 60 to go from minutes to seconds. So what we're multiplying is 60 times 60, which is 3,600, right? Because 6 times 6 is 36, and 10 times 10 is 100. So 36 times 100, 3,600, right? So we're going to multiply all these by 3,600, or 3,600 by all these numbers. So if you have 2 times 3,600, 2 times 3,000 is 6,000. 2 times 600 is 1,200. So add that up. So 6,000 plus, lining up our place value carefully, right? 7,200, which makes sense. That is double of 3,600. Next one, 3 times 3,600. 3 times 3,000, 9,000. 3 times 600, 1,800. 9,000 plus, oopsie, gotta line that up carefully. 10,800. Let's do it vertically this time. So 3,600 times 4. It's 0 and it's 0. 4 times 600 is 2,400. 4 times 3,000 is 12,000. Finding our place value. So 14,400. Okay, now we're going to take what we just did and apply it down here to these things that aren't in tables, but it's not a big deal because we know how to do it, right? So from minutes to seconds. In 1 minute, there are 60 seconds. So what's the rule? Multiply by 60. So we have 36 multiplied by 60. So let's go ahead and do it like this. And this is just 0 down here, right? So 60 times 30, 6 times 3 is 18, 10 times 10 is 100, so 1800. And then 6d times 6, well, 6 times 6 is 36, 36 tens, because of that 10. Add those up. 0, 6, 11, so 2,160. Okay. 41 days into hours. How do you go from days to hours? What's the rule? In one day, there are 24 hours. So we're going to have 41 times 24. Oopsie. 20 plus 4. 20 times 40. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. Oopsie. And then 10 times 10 is 100, so 800. 40 times 4 is 16 tens, right? 4 times 4 is 16 times 10. And then 1 times 20 is 20. And 1 times 4 is 4. So we'll add all that up. 800, 160, 20, and 4. So 984 hours and 41 days. Okay. You go ahead, give these next ones a shot on your own, looking at your chart of how many weeks to, days or whatever it's asking. Okay, see how you feel. The next thing we're going to do when you're done with that, you feel free to pause if you need some time. We're gonna go review like what a line plot is. So it's probably been a while, but a line plot is a kind of graph and it's used to show information. The important thing to remember about a line plot is all of the like X's or O's that you're using to show the information need to be the same size as one another and also equally spaced. So if you were to have a line plot, here's your line and you have like 1 or 2, and it was like the question was like, how many hot dogs do you want to have at the barbecue? And they surveyed everybody and like 5 people said 1 and 3 people said 2. If what you want to do is you want to have all of your X's the same size and equally spaced as much as you can so that you can easily see what is the most common or most frequent response. If you were, for example, to do this, you've accidentally made a very misleading graph, right? Because now it looks like 2 is more common, but really it's not. So that's the big thing to notice. The number of X's is indicating the frequency. Sometimes they're O's or circles or whatever. So the tallest one is the most common. So let's go ahead and take a look at our chart that we have over here. A line plot displays data above a number line. Jamal asked his classmates about the time they spend reading. He organized the answers in this table. So here, 0 hours spent reading. No student said that. A quarter of an hour. 2 students said that. Half an hour. 5 students said that. 3/4 of an hour, 4 students said that, and 1 hour, 4 students said that. So here we have our number line. Down at the bottom, it's the number of hours. So we're gonna have 0. The next thing is 1/4 of an hour, then a half of an hour, then 3/4, then 1. Okay. Now we're gonna carefully place little X's. We're gonna put 2 little X's above the quarter. There's 1, there's 2. We're looking at our chart. We're not putting any above the 0 because there's no students who had 0, right? So then above our half an hour, we're gonna put 5 little X's. 1, trying to make sure that at the 2 height, it's exactly the same as the other 2. 3, 4, 5. At 3/4, we're going to put 4. And we're going to try to make sure that it lines up with this one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing for an hour. Trying to make it exactly the same height as that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, we are humans, so we'll forgive ourselves, but we're trying. That's the point. How many classmates did Jamal ask about the time spent reading? The way you figure that out is by adding up all of the respondents, right? So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 makes 10, plus 5 more, so 15. And then what you can gather from this line plot is the answer to this question. What amount of time had the most responses? It's the tallest one. So that would be half an hour. So 1/2 hour. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and answer these ones too. Fiona asked her friends how much time they spent using a computer at home each night. Use the information to make a line plot. Okay. So here's her information on this table. So grab your whiteboard. We again go from 0 hours out to 1. Okay. 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 hour. Now let's do little O's this time. So 4 kids said 0 hours. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to make this O is kind of small, so we'll make it bigger. Okay. 1/4 hour, it's got to be the same height. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Half an hour, 7 kids said that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same height as that so far. And then 5, 6, 7. 3/4 of an hour, 3 kids said that. 1, 2, 3. So I'm eyeballing that third one there. And then 1 hour, 9 kids said that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking across, making sure I'm trying to keep it even. What was that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's our little line plot. Hopefully yours looks like that too. If you notice, like this circle's kind of big, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, you want it to be neat and easy to read. That's like the whole point of a graph of any kind. Okay, last one here. Whoops. Marissa wants to know how many minutes she's practiced the piano. Label the double number line to show hours and minutes are related. How many minutes has she practiced if she practiced for 4 hours? So looking right here, 0 hours is 0 minutes. We know that 1 hour is 60 minutes, right? 2 hours is 120 because that's 60 plus 60. 3 hours is 3 times 60, 180. 4 hours is 240, right? Because 6 times 4 is 24, so 24 tenths. So she's practiced 240 minutes. Good for her. It's so cool to learn an instrument. All right, my darlings, we're going to finish this up next time. See you later. Bye-bye.